Welcome. I hope you are having a wonderful night, dear viewer. Tonight, I will be telling some terrifyingly scary stories. Make sure to leave your feedback on the comments so I can make this the best experience for you. And if you have any stories you would like me to tell, you can send them through the link in the description. Let's begin. Story 1. Once upon a time, there was a horror story that used to circulate around my school. It was a tale that sent shivers down my spine when I was just 8 years old, and it planted a seed of fear that stayed with me whenever I found myself alone at home. The origin of the story remained a mystery, as I couldn't recall who told it to me, and there was no evidence of its existence online except for one similar, themed tale. However, one of the fascinating aspects of stories is how they transform over time, adapting and evolving as they pass from person to person. Perhaps that lone story I found online was the root of the one that haunted my childhood. I've always been captivated by the way stories change and take on a life of their own. That's why I believe this particular story, with its eerie charm, would be perfect to share around a campfire with children. And for maximum creepiness, one must sing the main catchphrase in a slow nursery rhyme tune. The repetition and simplicity of it stick with people, drawing them deeper into the tale. So, without further ado, allow me to narrate this bone-chilling story for you. Once, there lived a mother who resided alone with her 3 young children. It was an ordinary evening when the mother suddenly realized that there was no milk in the fridge. Determined to provide for her children, she made up her mind to go to the local shop to buy some. She checked on her kids, finding them all in the living room, engrossed in a TV show. Assuring them that she would return shortly, she left the house. As she walked toward the shop, an inexplicable sensation washed over her. Then, from somewhere behind her, a faint voice began to sing. Circles, squares, and triangles. Have you checked your children? Startled, the mother turned around, but there was no one in sight. She decided it was best to reassure herself by checking on her children once more. Turning back, she hurried home, only to find her kids still sitting in the living room, now playing video games, feeling a mixture of relief and embarrassment for her growing paranoia. The mother left the house again, ensuring that the door was locked behind her. This time, as she neared the shop, the voice returned, louder than before. Circles, squares, and triangles. Have you checked your children? Troubled, she raced back home, fearing that something might be wrong. Unlocking the door in haste, she dashed from room to room, searching desperately for her children. But there was no sign of them in the bedroom, living room, or kitchen. Only one room remained, the bathroom. A sense of foreboding gripped her as she slowly pushed open the door, peering inside. And there, in the bathtub, lay her 3 children, each cut into their own distinct shape. Circles, squares, and triangles. Horror consumed the mother as she witnessed the gruesome scene. This tale, I hope, finds its way into the hearts of those who read or hear it. Let us ensure it doesn't fade into the forgotten annals of time. Although this story terrified me as a child, it was stories like these that nurtured my fascination with the macabre. I must confess, though, that there are variations to the ending. Some have told me that the mother hears the final verse. Circles, squares, and triangles. Have you checked behind you? But personally, that doesn't fit my preferred version of events. However, feel free to add your own twist to this chilling tale as it continues to evolve with each retelling. Story 2. As an 18-year-old girl, I have always held a steadfast belief in the existence of monsters. This conviction, however, has made me a target for relentless bullying throughout my life. But there is a reason behind my unwavering belief, an experience that solidified my knowledge that monsters do indeed walk among us. Yes, I have encountered one. It may sound crazy, I know, but it's true. Sometimes we can be surrounded by monsters without even realizing it. This particular monster lived with me for years, from my early childhood to my early teenage years, around 12 to 13. It was a period of my life marked by fear and growing pains. My mother, unfortunately, never trusted my accounts of the monster's presence, but the day she finally saw it for herself, her perspective shifted entirely. In that moment, she confessed to me how much she despised monsters and the immense damage they could inflict on a person, both inside and out. That monster, to my utmost sorrow, was my own father. My father was a drunkard, a man perpetually consumed by anger and abuse. His actions caused turmoil in our lives, and unknowingly, he became the reason I was afraid to confront my fears and stand up for myself. However, fate intervened when our neighbors, witnessing the extent of his destructive behavior, reported him to the police. The day he left our house, he vanished from our lives forever. Now, I find myself constantly on the lookout for monsters, wherever I may be. For the truth is, the kindest faces don't always harbor the purest hearts. I have learned to be wary, to protect myself from those who may cause harm. The scars left by my father's actions serve as a constant reminder of the darkness that can reside within seemingly ordinary individuals. So I navigate the world with caution, knowing that there may be monsters lurking in plain sight. But I refuse to let fear control me. Instead, I gather strength from my experiences, vowing to stand tall in the face of adversity and to never allow the presence of monsters to diminish my belief in the inherent goodness that also exists within humanity. The battle against monsters is not one fought with swords and shields, but with empathy, kindness, and resilience. And as I continue on my journey, I remain hopeful that my story will inspire others to recognize the monsters around them and empower them to confront and overcome the darkness that seeks to dominate their lives. So let us remember that monsters are not just creatures of myth and legend. They walk among us, wearing masks of normalcy, but together we can unveil their true nature and reclaim our lives from their clutches. Story 3. The one thing I could probably live without, and I won the grand prize. I enter a lot of competitions like these. The only other times I had won something was 5 off at a local restaurant and a raffle at a Christmas fair. I won a life-size chocolate Santa for that raffle. It was actually really nice, high-quality chocolate. I don't remember entering this paperclip competition, but me and my friends do dumb things when we're drunk sometimes. Entering a stupid competition didn't seem out of the realm of possibilities. It started when I received a single envelope full of paper clips. There were easily 100 at least. Probably more. You can imagine my confusion when I opened this first one. No letter inside, only paper clips. Red, green, blue, yellow, pink, black, white. It almost looked like something you'd sprinkle onto a cake as they poured down to my feet, pittering on the wooden hall floor. I rolled my eyes and cleaned up. I figured an office had put the wrong address for a supply delivery. One shipment of 100 paper clips is odd. But 2, that's where I got suspicious. The second day had me question whether this was some form of prank. I was smarter this time though. I recognized the weight and feel of the envelope. I recognized the outline of paper clips as I held it up to the light. I didn't let them spill out at my feet, although my curiosity still had me open it to peek inside. You do the same. Is it really just paper clips? Yes, it is. By the 5th day, I had stopped opening it. I just briefly hold it up to the light to confirm the outline looked like paper clips, and then I'd toss it. I don't remember why I checked my spam folder in my emails, but when I took a look, I immediately saw it. The cheesy headline stood out. Clip. Pity clop. You've won the lifetime paperclip jack. Potbot. Below is the rest of the email. Your luck has just clipped right into place. Congratulations. You are the grand winner of our lifetime supply of paperclips competition. From now on, you can proudly say goodbye to those chaotic loose papers and let our high-quality paperclips take over. no more sacrificing yourself to paper cuts. And guess what? You didn't just win a box. You won an entire lifetime of daily paperclip surprises. You've really hit the jackpot. Starting from next week, you will receive a random amount of our finest, top-notch paperclips every single day. Just imagine the possibilities. Office organization, arts and crafts, creative paperclip sculptures. The list is never ending. With your new paperclip friends by your side, there's no end to the horizon of tidiness and creativity. To the max. Just like our paperclips. Durable. Just like our paperclips. Durable, strong, and cliptacular. As we ship your first batch, let's get you started by sharing some mind-blowing paperclip fun. Facts. I'll save you the fun. Fact section, as it's not very fun. Although I did learn that they've been around since the 1800s. The only interesting thing that this email gave me was a company name, Clipogenics. I promptly sent an email back asking that my prize be transferred to someone else. My exact words were someone more in need of paperclips. Although thinking about it, I'm not sure who that could possibly apply to. Spoiler alert, they did not reply, and the envelopes kept on coming. 2 weeks went by. I was still receiving paperclips. 6 weeks went by. Nothing changed. A few weeks ago was the 3-month mark. Over 90 days of paperclips. Yes, I had considered selling them, but I really don't know how much money I could make. Also, yes, they even arrived on Sundays. I could not understand who was delivering these. I never caught them, although I assumed the person posting them had no association with the company themselves, so talking to them is never something I attempted. Around that 3-month mark, I was going through my normal daily routine. Make a cup of coffee, pick up the envelope from the hallway floor, hold it up against a light, and toss it in the bin. Only this time, the light revealed the outline of one single paperclip, and something else. I have to admit, deep down, part of me was almost excited. A real-life plot twist. Something to spice up an otherwise mundane part of my day. Curveballs are usually exciting to me, and this was no exception. I reached inside, pulling the mystery object out. What could they possibly have sent me? A severed finger. A dry, almost slightly green, severed finger. I'm not sure which happened first. My scream, or dropping the finger to the floor. I noticed only then that the paperclip was lodged under the fingernail, piercing right through the flesh. It was golden this time, a color I had not been sent before. I'd like to say I stayed calm, but I didn't. I ran to the bathroom to throw up. I contacted the police, and they took the finger and envelope away. I explained everything that I knew, and showed them the email. They told me that they'd investigate. It's crazy, isn't it? One of the police officers began his thought to me. What? How dangerous simple production can be. Some poor sod has lost a finger over something as simple as a paperclip. You think it was an accident. I don't know what exactly I thought it was. A threat, maybe. I'm still not sure. Of course. Probably someone on the production line packaging these things. Finger gets caught in machinery. No whoops. And before you know it, the finger's lost. The weight of the finger makes the machine think the envelope is now full of paperclips. And off it goes to your door. Somehow, a calm explanation of the situation actually helped me. Hell, it almost convinced me that it was just normal. I was assured, though, that the company was at fault for health or safety, and that something would be done about this. A couple of weeks went by, and the police hadn't contacted me with any new information. The envelopes kept coming daily, but I was too afraid to open them, for fear of tossing away evidence, though I kept them piled up in the corner. As the pile grew taller, I decided to bite the bullet and open them, but not before carefully inspecting each one, my hands shaking. I held the first up to the light, and it was just full of paperclips. Perhaps the incident really was a one-off, and the fault had been fixed. I held a few more up and my heart almost skipped a beat when I found one with a solid shadow, no outline of paper clips. This envelope had a letter. I carefully opened it up and read, "Dear valued customer, we would like to formally apologize for the incident that occurred recently. We understand that the events were likely traumatic, and whilst we may never make it right, we'd like to offer you a one-time compensation." Attached to this letter, using one of our sturdy high-end paper clips, we have written a check for Peace 2000. We hope we can continue our partnership professionally. We understand that you may want to cancel your lifetime supply of paper clips. Unfortunately, we must decline this request. We hope you understand. Clipogenics Customer Service Team. No, I did not understand. Do you? Do you understand what the fuck they're talking about? I contacted the police to update them, letting them know that I had received this message. They sent somebody to collect it. The following day, assuming all was well, I picked up the daily delivery from the floor. Before I had a chance to check it, there was a knock at the door. I folded the envelope and put it in my back pocket. I opened the door and was surprised to see a man in a suit looking very concerned. He wasted no time in getting to the point. "Hello, we're relocating you. Pack your things and tell nobody. We have a temporary hotel booked for you." My lack of response showed that I had many questions. "Look, it's just precautionary. We can't find any evidence of clipogenics ever existing, and what?" And the finger matched the DNA of a recent assumed suicide. It's now assumed to be murder. I had a feeling there was more. Unfortunately, his next sentence confirmed that. The person in question was found to have also won the competition. I did not need telling twice. I got my essentials packed and was at the hotel in less than 90 minutes. It was only in the next town over, which I found odd, yet comforted that I was still so close to home. After the man left, and I was left with my own thoughts, I was surprised at how quiet my head was. I was just content. I wasn't happy or sad or scared. I was just existing. Perhaps I was still in shock. It took about an hour before I remembered the envelope in my back pocket. I held it up to the light and knew from the resulting darkness that this contained another letter. I hesitantly opened it, peeking inside to check for hidden surprises. Upon taking it out, I thought it to be a blank piece of paper. It seemed entirely empty until I unfolded it to reveal the few words printed upon this letter. "Dear valued customer, suicides don't lose fingers. The police do not wear suits." The world spun. The world crumbled. Then all at once, reality came back to me as I felt a rush of anxiety. Driven energy. I paced back and forth in the limited space I had, weighing up my options and trying to come up with a plan. Could I leave? I was probably being watched. Could I contact the police? I certainly no longer felt comfortable doing so. Could I talk to my friends or family? The last thing I wanted was to put them in danger. I knew I had to do one of these three options and opted for the first. It was still bright out. Surely I'd be safe in crowds. So that's exactly what I did. I stuck to busy areas and traveled across the country using as many different types of public transportation as I could. I didn't stop until night fell. I booked a new hotel under a fake name and paid in cash. I rested surprisingly well that night. My sleep was interrupted at around 7 am to knocking at the door. "No thank you," I sleepily yelled at what I assumed to be room service. "Something arrived in reception for you. I'll slide it under the door." A white envelope emerged through the crack under the door. I wanted to stay away from it, but I knew that being unaware of the contents would scare me more than anything else. Feeling my heart pounding through my chest, I reached for the envelope, noticing a thick object within. Another finger? No, a letter. This time with a vial of liquid and 2 golden paper clips. "Dear valued customer, we're glad you're settling in well to your new surroundings. Sorry for the little show. We needed to assure that you get as far away from your hometown as possible. Your true prize isn't the paper clips. That would be mundane. Your true prize is immortality. Paper clips are beautiful, aren't they? Connecting paper to paper as the universe connects life to life, and as the flow of life continues, it has connected us to you. The chain of our will continues as the chain of paper clips continues with it. The vial within has a unique purpose. It will kill you and help you live, all at the same time. You do understand, don't you? Drink the vial and use a paperclip into yourself. You will slowly drift away for a moment, but you will stay connected to the universe. You must. You will awaken in your new body, one of the many that we have cryogenically frozen here. It worked for me. You saw my finger. Every single paperclip we have sent you has had a purpose. Each has been blessed with a new connection for your new life. They have all been through your home. Many have touched your skin, and all have been held up to the light. Their blessings will reach you in your new life. The green ones bring you wealth. The red ones bring you health. The blue ones bring you happiness. All you have to do is drink the vial. Before the poison sets in, choose a paperclip. Your decision will always be the right one. We know how your brain ticks. Every word we've ever written and every color we've ever chosen have all been designed to sway your decision in this very moment. You'll fall asleep as a valued customer, but you'll awaken as our valued employee. I am not letting them control my destiny. I will not sacrifice my life to their company to become one of their puppets to control. I know this company has a far greater reach than I first understood, so I might not be able to tell anybody, but I can tell everybody. I hope this post reaches their next big winner, and I hope they are as strong-willed as I am.